In our package tonight, Commissioners and Special Advisor Wives Association install Lady Obariki as matron. Alleged refusal to pay tenement rent brings 4 points by Sheraton Hotel before Assembly Joint Committee investigating ICE. Government receives reports on athletes' performance in Niger Delta Sports Festival. Plus, federal government authorities NIN authentication service for easier identification. We have details of these and other stories shortly. A very good evening to you and thank you for joining us on the news. I am Margaret Bassi, and we begin by telling you that the state governor, Pastor Moino, has urged couples to strengthen the marital bonds and remain united for lasting blessings. Represented by his deputy, Senator Ukanafun-Orok, the governor gave the church Sunday at the 40th wedding anniversary of Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Anita Bernstein in Uyo. The governor congratulated the couple for their enduring love, describing them as role models in a time when marriage are facing tough times and frequent collapse. The governor also commended Dr. Sen for utilizing the opportunity to present his book, Rainbow from the Valley, My Life's Remarkable Journey, noting that the book will not only inspire hope, instill resilience, but will also imbue strength and engender confidence in its readers. The event featured cutting of the anniversary cake by the couple, prayers, book presentation, and goodwill messages from guests at the event. The Akwa Ibom State government has flagged off the 2025 National Immunization Plus Day NIPD's campaign aimed at strengthening routine immunization and eradicating vaccine-preventable disease among children. The official flag-off ceremony was performed by the Deputy Governor, Senator Ukanafun-Orok, who also serves as the chairman of the State Primary Health Care Task Force. The event held at the Primary Health Care Center, Wellington Bassey Way, Uyo. Speaking at the event, Senator Ukanafun-Orok reiterated government commitments to child health and survival, urging parents and caregivers to take full advantage of the immunization exercise by ensuring that all eligible children receive the oral polio vaccine and other essential vaccines. She emphasized that immunization remains one of the most cost-effective health interventions, calling on stakeholders, traditional rulers, churches, schools, and community leaders to support the campaign across all local government areas. The event featured symbolic vaccination of children and was attended by officials from the Ministry of Health, primary health care workers, development partners, and representatives of international health agencies. The Akwa Ibom State First Lady Designate Lady Helen Obariki has been honored as the matron of the Commissioners and Special Advisors Wives Association, COSAWA. This, according to COSAWA, is in recognition of a motherly role in ensuring the well-being of the people. The honor was given when a delegation from COSAWA paid the First Lady Designate a visit at Government House, Uyo. The report. Lady Obariki said she was overwhelmed by the honor and appreciated COSAWA for identifying with her and for pledging to support the programs of the Golden Initiative for All, JIFA. She noted that the synergy would ease the burden of reaching out to the needs of the people at the grassroots. The coordinator acknowledged COSAWA's gift and solicited their continued support to the RISE agenda of Governor Umoino.
Thank you so much for your support so far, and I really do want to say here that in the coming days I really will need that support more and more. And again, this visit just emphasizes that Kosawa is here. We will be working with you. I want you to please be ready, because sometimes we don't always have advance notice, unfortunately.
The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Mrs. Inibere Silas, who identified Kosawa as the First Lady Designate Immediate Constituency, commended them for the visit and assured Lady Obariki of their ability to deliver on any assigned roles.
Your Excellency, this is your immediate constituency. And I want to thank them so much for bringing themselves this afternoon to present officially to you. These are the ones that if you have immediate needs to see women, you call them first and tell them this is what I want to do in your domain. So they are your own. Feel free to work with them and tell you about the business I'm saying. They are all capable of delivering whatever you want them to do for you.
Earlier, the leader of the delegation and president of Kosawa, Dr. Bright Achibong, said the visit was born out of the need to formally introduce themselves, especially after the privilege granted their husbands to serve as executive members in Governor Moino's administration. Dr. Achibong lauded Lady Helen Obariki for her impactful contribution to the lives of the people of Akwa Ibom, citing her work in touching the lives of women, providing hope for families with multiple births, and educating adults.
Our dear First Lady Designate, we seated here are your children. You just came to present ourselves. Where you send us, we will do. What you ask us to do, we will do. We are here to solidly drive the activities of Chifa and their rights agenda.
The highlight of the visit was the decoration of the First Lady Designate as the matron and the donation of wrappers to support Jifa activities.
Mama of Kosawa, Mama
Margaret Bassi, AKBC News. Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has urged the state government to constitute a task force on counterfeit, fake drugs, and unwholesome processed foods. This followed a motion by the Ibom State Constituency Representative, Mr. Essien, at today's plenary. Legislative Affairs reporter Uyo Koswa reports that the House at decision also received a petition from Ikot Local Government Council on the non-payment of tenement rates by 4 points by Sheraton Hotel. The report.
Mr. Sin in his motion made reference to the Counterfeit and Fake Drugs and Unwholesome Processed Foods Miscellaneous Provisions Act No. 25 of 1999, where state governments are empowered to set up the task force. The lawmaker said its role was critical as the lives of many Akwa Ibom people and other Nigerians are continually at risk because of the proliferation of counterfeit and fake drugs as well as other unwholesome processed foods.
The functions of the task force are enormous and life-saving to Nigerians and provides as follows. Subject to the general control and supervision of the federal task force, be charged with overall responsibility of enforcing the provisions of the Act, which include seizing any drugs or poison which is displayed for the purpose of sale in any premises not being licensed or registered for that purpose, etc., among other functions.
Madam Clerk, right, His Excellency, you know the governor is very passionate about the people of Akwa Ibom State. Is going to set up this task force for the task force to sanitize counterfeit and fake drugs and unwholesome processed food in Akwa Ibom State. I think that is the wish of the House.
Earlier, the House had constituted a joint committee on appropriation, finance and tourism to investigate a petition from Ikot local government on the refusal of the 4 Points by Sheraton Hotel, Ikot to pay their tenement rates. The petition was presented by the Chairman House Committee on Judiciary, Justice, Human Rights and Public Petitions, Prince Anefia-Wata, who represents Nseletai State Constituency in the House.
Mr. Speaker, this petition is from the Ukanafun-Orok government. The petition against 4 Sheraton Hotel for that have not been paying their taxes. They have not been paying their taxes. That is the basis of the petition, sir.
Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Accordingly, this petition will be referred to House Committee on Finance and Appropriation jointly by Committee on Tourism. The chairman of that committee, the joint committee, is the chairman, Finance and Appropriation.
The committee's report is expected within 1 month. Uyoku Uswa, AKBC News.
The people of Ikorekpene local government area have cried out to the state government, organizations and public-spirited individuals to intervene following the windstorm of 2nd May, which led to massive destruction of properties in the area. In a swift reaction, the chairman of Ikorekpene local government council, Elder Anefia-Wata, had already visited the area to assess the extent of damage. The chairman, who conducted journalists around the affected places, expressed shock at the level of destruction, describing the incident as a sad development. Mr. Nkom, while sharing in the plight of the affected people, called on them to remain calm and patient, saying he would do his best to make sure that the state government intervenes in the matter. The heavy windstorm which accompanied torrential downpour fell down many trees on people's houses, also blocked major roads, destroyed shops, pulled down electricity poles, removed rooftops, and damaged countless properties, especially on Abak Road. The worst hit in the disaster was the federal government college, Ikorekpene, as the college clinic, hostel, classroom blocks, staff quarters, library, and perimeter fencing were affected. The incident also affected many houses across Ikorekpene town, including the house of a 78-year-old woman, Madam Helen Udodo, as the roof of her mud house was pulled off. In Utuipe community, many houses, including the house of the village head, Etedong Davidokbong, was seriously affected, even as Community of Christ Church was not spared in the disaster. Upperhead, authentication of identity now available for MDS. Akwa Ibom Sports Ministry receives support on fact-finding committee. This and more after the break. Please stay with us.
I need the police that can respond to emergencies first.
I want the equipment I need to do my job.
I want a police that won't harass or arrest me for no just reason.
I want to be valued for my work, not feared by honest people.
I want a police that won't ask me anything for the boys.
I want a decent salary that is paid on time.
If it happen with good laws,
proper funding,
training,
and cooperation.
If it happen.
If it happen.
If it happen.
You're welcome back. Now to the rest of our reports. The federal government has approved a new service by the National Identity Management Commission to make it easier and safer to verify people's identities using the National Identification Number, NIN. This was disclosed in a statement by NIMC's Head of Corporate Communications, Kayode Adejoke, today, Tuesday, in Lagos. Adejoke said the president has also instructed all ministries, departments and agencies to use this new NIN authentication services for identity checks. He explained that this move supports NIMC's duty to provide a reliable digital ID system for Nigerians and legal residents. The NIN authentication application is the official foot for connecting the NINC's database. The Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Sport has formally received this report of the fact-finding committee set up to review the performance of the state athletes at the last Niger Delta Sports Festival held in Uyo. Receiving the report before the management and staff of the ministry at the conference room of the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, the Commissioner for Sport, Elder Paul Bassi, thanked the committee for a job well done and for meeting the deadline target of 10 days. He expressed optimism that the report and recommendations will help in the repositioning of the Ministry of Sport to achieve successes in the future, address shortcomings, develop sport at the grassroots, and build human capacity for effective representation. Earlier, while presenting the 49-page report, the chairman of the committee, Barrister Imeokpan, thanked the government for finding the members of the committee worthy of carrying out the task and assured that the committee worked thoroughly to ensure that the report reflects all concerns and recommendations on ways to address them. Other members of the fact-finding committee included State and UJ Chairman, Comrade Amos Etok, Dr. Promise Etam, Mr. John Epenyon, while Assistant Director in the Ministry of Sport, Mr. James served as the Secretary. Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Umoino has called on corporate organizations to increase support in sponsorship to complement government efforts in developing the country's sport. Governor, represented by the Commissioner for Sport, Elder Paul Bassi, stated this at Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, during the press conference ahead of the MTN Charms Season 3 Grand Finale. He reiterated that until the private sector started partnering with government, that Nigeria would be able to record better performances at international competitions. The governor said the championship aligns with his administration's commitments in sports development, adding that plans are underway to stage the next edition of Akwa Ibom Sports Festival through the national athletes like Anikeme Alphonsus, Comfort, James, Imabonko, among others, were discovered. On his part, the Commissioner for Education, Professor Ubong Umo, thanked the sponsor for its education advancement policy through sport and urged the winning athletes who will benefit from the scholarship scheme to take full advantage of the opportunity to better the future. The grand finale in Uyo will run from Tuesday, May 6 to Friday, May 9, 2025, with 2,187 athletes from 136 schools across the country set to compete, comprising of 464 cadets, 777 youths, 426 juniors, and 520 seniors. Coach Edwin Okun has tasked his Ibom Angels FC players to go all out for a total victory in tomorrow's Wednesday quarterfinals clash against Heartland Queens FC at Enyimba Stadium, Aba. After Monday's training session at Uyo Township Stadium, Okun encouraged his players to leave no stone unturned in their pursuit for victory. He emphasized the importance of staying focused, confident and determined, reminding them that nothing is impossible when they put their minds to it. The tactician urged players to show more commitment in the encounter, stressing that this will serve as a testament to their career. The encounter is scheduled to kick off at 1 p.m. The Orange Ladies cruised into quarterfinals by defeating Delta Queens FC 1-0 at Enugu Center, while Heartland Queens FC walloped Onimagef FC of Okure 5-0 in Benin Center in Edo State. Families, friends and sympathizers gathered in their numbers over the weekend to honor and celebrate the life and times of the Okuku Okun Paul Essien, who died at the age of 85. The funeral, which took place at the Onward Secondary School grounds, Kilometer 6, Akaitinan Road, was presided by the Archbishop of Lutheran Church of Nigeria. Uyokoswa reports.
The funeral featured a march past by students of Onward Secondary School and Unity International Nursery School in honor of their departed proprietor. The Archbishop of the Lutheran Church of Nigeria, represented by the Bishop of Uyo Diocese of the Church, the Reverend Godwin Udosen, in his sermon entitled "The Death of the Righteous Pleases God," spoke on the rationale for an impactful life conscious of eternity.
That this man that we are here to witness his burial. Did well. He did wonderfully well. He came with education and also tried to see how he could also let his people to believe in God.
Testimonies from the family, village, church, and other relatives of the late Okuku Okun Paul Essien described him as a visionary leader and mentor who loved his people.
Late Okuku Okun Paul Essien, a responsible father.
He has left a legacy that it would be hard to forget.
He was a shoulder in which anyone can held on.
Here lies the remains of a man, a strong man, a good man, who will rise and look for circumstances where he does not find it, he creates it.
Okuku Okun Paul Essien was my father, was my role model. He was the map that we followed. It was an icon.
Several choral groups made renditions at the event, after which the bereaved family processed alongside friends to celebrate their departed patriarch. The remains of the late Okuku Okun Paul Essien were later interred at his country home in Mbiokburu 1 in Sedibum local government area. Uyowuku Uswa, AKBC News.
On that note, we end the news, but before we go, another look at stories that made up headlines. The First Lady Designate, Lady Obariki, has been appointed the matron of Commissioners and Special Advisors' Wives Association. She was given the honor when a delegation of wives of commissioners and special advisors led by Dr. Bright Achibo paid her a visit at Government House, Uyo. The House of Assembly is currently investigating the refusal of 4 Points by Sheraton Hotel to pay tenement rates to the Kodepino Local Government Council. It set up a joint committee to ascertain the veracity and otherwise of the allegations. We also brought you a story that fact-finding committee on performance of athletes has submitted its reports to the Commissioner for Sport, Elder Paul Bassi. Receiving the report, Elder Bassi said it will guide the ministry in its future dealings. That was a package. We so much thank you for your time and do have a good night's rest. I am Margaret Bassi.